We're visiting with Mike Aldrich, head coach of the Augustana football program. The Vikings will open spring practice on Monday. Coach, probably a date you've had circled for quite a while on your calendar. Can you kind of take us through what spring practice is going to be like, what your routine is going to be like, what you're going to be expecting from the guys?
It's basically a chance to get back on the field. We haven't been on the field for about 3.5 months since our season ended, and we've kind of been licking our chops to get back out there. So for us, we're going to go about 3 or 4 times a week through the month of April, cap every week off with some type of scrimmage situation on Saturdays. But really the main thing is just to see our young guys in the spring and see what they can do and how they're going to be able to help us out, how our roster is going to shape up. We got some pretty big holes. Obviously, our linebacking crew is going to be completely changed due to graduation. So we're going to have to give all those guys a look, whether they're a junior or whether they're a redshirt freshman, and work them all the way through through practice in the spring, and really try to figure out who our starting 3 linebackers are going to be come August.
You talk about some holes to fill, but you do have a good nucleus of players coming back. Can you kind of touch on those players and what you're expecting out of them in terms of lifting the rest of the team up and stuff?
Well, we have starting on the defense, we've got a lot of experience on the D line coming back. They're young, but obviously we're going to miss a couple guys there. So I feel good where we're at there. Our defensive backfield returned 3 out of 4 starters. They're all going to be seniors, so they're going to be the group we're going to lean on defensively on the backside. And then, like we talked about with the linebackers, that's kind of the foundation of your defense. So we got to be able to feel good there. But on the offense, we returned 4 starters on the O-line, our quarterback. So I think we're real good with our nucleus on offense. We've got a great stable of running backs. They're just going to be very excited to finally get their chance to get a bulk of the carries and see who's going to be the top dog there. I think Nate Mahone's probably leading the pack as our starting tailback, and then with our fullbacks, Kurt Truey will be a 5th-year senior that's going to be fighting for that spot, and Phil Euchre behind him. And then our receivers are, Sam Holson's been very strongly motivated from his season. He didn't have a great year in his eyes, and when you compare it to what he did as a sophomore, he's really excited about getting back out there and being an impact player. And now it's just a matter of filling some spots in around him. Jordan Marshall comes back as a senior, and he's our big time blue collar possession type receiver for us, so he'll be back. Isaac Jorgensen was a great tight end for us this year, and he's had probably one of the best off seasons out of anybody on the team, so we're really excited to see how that's going to translate onto the football field.
You'll also have obviously the freshmen joining the team, the freshmen that you signed this most recent signing period. They'll join the team for fall camp, but you got a couple guys that are also that you signed that are going to be with spring ball with you guys as well. Can you touch on those too?
Well, we've got Bo Adams coming in as a transfer offensive lineman, and we're looking for him to hopefully give us an immediate impact and position player. We've got definitely one big hole on that offensive line to fill. It'd be great if he's going to be able to do that. He'll compete with Pat Regan to try to fill into that spot. And then we have Nick Lee transferred in from South Dakota State to join his brother Jake, who's already on our team, and he's a tight end and a big body. And we've got 3 tight ends on the team, and I'm one of those guys that just feels like you can never have enough tight ends. They're kind of that X factor on an offense. So it'll be good to get them into our system right away and see where they're going to kind of shuffle through in the lineup as well.
And just real quick, will you guys be practicing primarily out at the stadium, or will you be on the practice field as well?
We'll change it up from time to time. I like being able to practice on the grass. I like being able to practice on the turf. So I don't want us to get too comfortable on any one surface. I want to be able to go back and forth, and the more change you can have in a practice, the crisper and fresher it is for our guys. So if we're on the grass one day and the turf the next, it's a different environment for them, a different look. They got to get used to the feel, and anything we can do to keep them on their toes and on edge is going to make them perform at the best. So we'll be doing both of those. Our practices will be open to the public and to the media. We'd love to have as many people come out and watch us and support us as possible.
All right, thanks, Coach.